This is the first sip of coffee that I have had in 2 weeks, and honestly, it is the nicest thing I have ever tasted. Teeth whitening is awful for coffee addicts, so you cannot pry this out my cold dead hands, let me tell you that. I am in cloud nine right now. I'm so happy. So, the day that I am filming this, it is the 17th of May, and I have that written down in my calendar as Freedom Day. This time last year, I moved out of Liverpool and I started my new life, and I've not looked back ever since. I feel like this might be a bit emotional for me today because it's the last time that I spoke to my ex, who left me a lot of trauma. I'm in a lot of therapy for that. It's the last time I saw a lot of my uni mates. It's the last time I did a show. All of this happened in 2 days, the 16th and the 17th of May last year. And I want to talk about it. I want to talk about personal growth. I want to talk about just everything that I've learned this year, and looking back on last year, kind of forgiving myself and hopefully trying to forgive other people, though I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm going to be doing my makeup at the same time. I do like to have a mix of very lighthearted discussions and also some more serious discussions. I think it's really important for influencers of any size to be completely open and honest in their YouTube videos. My life is not perfect. I do not run this absolutely amazing, perfect life. And I think putting that on social media, just the good parts, is really, really toxic. So if you're going through anything like this, you are not alone. Things do get better, and I am living proof of that. But just before we do jump into the video, if you have not already, like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I'm trying to hit 4K subscribers by next month, so I really think we can do it. We are like halfway there. We just jumped like 30 subscribers in like 2 days. So hello everyone who has joined us. Welcome. My name's Caitlin. I like bright, fun, colourful makeup looks. I love talking about mental health and also what's new, what's the goss, things like that. So I actually don't know what makeup look I'm gonna do. Normally I have a vague plan. Today, I don't. I have no idea. I guess I should start by priming my eyes. That's a good start. So, I'll give you some backstory. Some of you, if you're like an OG girly or guy, you will remember this. You will remember me going through all of this. But this time last year, I was in probably the worst spot mentally I've ever been in. It's definitely tied for top worst moment ever. Where is my beauty blender? Hello? I've lost my beauty blender. That's not good. Where the hell has it gone? Right, we're gonna have to try and do this without a beauty blender, because I only have one. I don't have any backups, so we're just gonna have to try our best. I've never done my makeup without a beauty blender, so we'll see how this goes. But I was in Liverpool this time last year, and I have mentioned before, worst time of my life. Oh, I let it dry too long. Now it's stuck. This is not going well. I was in drama school, and to be honest, throughout the whole last year of drama school, I realised I hated drama school. I did not like it at all. And I knew that going into third year, I had two options when it came to drama school. I could either A, drop out and be in a bunch of student debt for no reason, or I could stick it out another year, be absolutely miserable, but just try my best, survive, get through it. And I decided to go for option 2. I just stuck it out, tried my best, and put my head down, did all the absolutely like mind-bogglingly draining mentally things that I could do, and that's what I did. I just survived pretty much. My relationship at the time was horrific. I was with a guy who had basically said that he was in a very, very bad mental state. He had talked to me about unaliving himself, and then he asked me for money because he wanted to go traveling, and if he didn't go traveling, then his mental health would be even worse. So obviously I loved this guy, and so I gave him the money to go traveling because I didn't want him to do something stupid, you know? So that is my headspace that I was at. I was separated from the man I loved. I was FaceTiming him every day, you know, love you, all that stuff. I was then going into uni doing a course that I really, really hated. And at the time, I definitely stopped giving a crap about how people saw me. So I guess my behavior may have been a little bit snappy at some time. So I was definitely estranged, let's say, from everyone at uni, because my mental health, like, I just couldn't anymore. And my mental health was at rock bottom. So that definitely separated me from everyone at uni. Which in hindsight, like, I don't blame them for. I would have liked a helping hand, like a reach out by someone. But, I mean, we were students, so whatever. It was just a really, really horrific time for me. And I knew in the back of my head that the guy that I was with was sleeping with other women while he was away, but I didn't consciously realize it, if that makes sense. But I knew, subconsciously I knew, and that obviously made it a whole lot worse. So yeah, that's the scene set. A few days before today last year, my partner at the time came back from traveling, told me that he had indeed slept with 5 other people. And so that was all going on. That was a few days before my final show at drama school. So I just had so much going on. I also had a house move booked. It was crazy. So, 16th of May last year, I had my final performance. I was in a production of 9. I hated it. And to be fair, everyone else at drama school hated it as well. I think there was like 3 people who actually liked the show. It was basically a strip show. We were walking around in underwear. It was horrific. It was genuinely awful. All the cast was talented. Like, everyone was great in that aspect. I have a lot of love for that cast. The show itself, though, whoever thought of that, it was humiliating. It was absolutely awful. I know a lot of the girls felt the exact same. Being forced to parade around in your underwear in front of hundreds of people, like, it's not fun. And that was that was what I was doing every day, with the knowledge that the man I loved was off sleeping with other people, and it was just horrendous. It was absolutely horrific, and I just kept going. I don't know how I did it, but I did. So we did the show. We somehow got through it. It was a really horrible experience, because all of the shows that I had done with drama school, everyone had this sense of excitement before it started. This one, everyone was just so depressed backstage. And I'm not sure if anyone from drama school is going to see this. This is my experience, and this is what I saw from everyone. We were just done at that point. I think everyone was just done. I remember the lead literally coming round the dressing room saying, "This is the last time we will ever have to do this show." And I mean, how depressing is that? We were just I think we had put in so much work, and everyone was just so done. The tech run was depressing. I don't think anyone said a positive thing all day. And that's not against anyone. That is literally how the vibe was backstage. It was awful. This was all on the 16th of May. It was a real struggle. It was a real struggle. I remember in the interval, the lead came around again and was like, "Please stay positive, guys. Please stay positive." Like, what? Looking back, it's like, it's something from freaking Dance Moms or something. It is awful. It was just the show, to be honest. The show was horrendous, and we all knew it. We all didn't want to be there. We all just wanted it to be done. Yeah, when it was, I walked out the stage door. Everyone went for after show parties. I went into Liverpool Lime Street and sobbed for about an hour. That was my after show party. I just sobbed on my own in Liverpool Lime Street for a very long time, because I was just so... It was a mix of relief and anger and built up just depression. It was just... I couldn't even describe it to you. It was just emotion. Pure emotion in the, like, purest sense of the word. And it just had to come out. And I think after that show, I just broke. With everything that was going on in my personal life, with everything that was going on in my show acting life, I just survived a year of drama school that I really did not want to do. And this was the end. It was finally over. And with that, I could leave drama. I could leave everything behind. And I could leave the city that I knew that my ex was in and was, you know, flirting with anything with a pulse. I could leave everything behind and I could finally begin healing, which was great. So I got a like midnight train back to where I was living in St. Helens, which is just out of Liverpool. I arrived home at like 1 a.m. I watched TV and just chilled until about 2 a.m. And then about 9 o'clock that morning, I was moving out. It was that quick. It was just, I didn't want to waste any time. The morning after everything, I just wanted to leave. I didn't want to see anything ever again. I didn't want to see any drama school, anything about my ex. I didn't want to see, I just didn't want to see anything. I wanted to get out ASAP. And yeah, by about midday on the 17th, I was back, moved in with my mum. After 3 years of living on my own at drama school, I just wanted to leave. I just wanted to get out. It was all so overwhelming. I've literally just blended 2 shades and it's taken me 13 minutes. God, this girl could talk. To be honest, this look probably isn't going to be the absolute most amazing thing in the world. I'm probably just going to do a work look that I've liked doing. I'm not going to work today, but it's a look that I've really enjoyed, and I don't know if I've done it on camera before. I've definitely done a video with it on, but I don't think I've actually done it. So I haven't even told you what I'm using. I'm using my Pan That palette, and I'm just done red ochre in the crease, and then I blended it out with Bon Fresco, and look at Bon Fresco. Look at this pan expansion. This was my focus shade for this month, and I mean, look at that. Look at that, I'm so excited. Oh, also, before I forget, a little bit off topic, but the Creative for Kate competition, it is coming live soon. I was going to film it today, but I got a comment yesterday and someone said that they were having issues uploading it or something and they were going to try and upload it today. So I just wanted to give that person some time. So it will be coming live. It's just a little bit late. So sorry. It is coming though. And if you don't know what that is, I basically do a competition every single month. You can win a £25 gift card for any makeup company of your choice, as long as they do email card things. And all you have to do is watch my video coming live soon. I will title it Creative for Kate, and I randomize a prompt and you guys go wild with that prompt. Tag me in the makeup looks that you do, and at the end of the month I will pick a winner and you will win a £25 gift card. So stick around for that, subscribe, all that stuff, because I've been so excited. It's been the first month that I've done it and you guys have rocked it. So anyway, back on with the drama. So I moved out, and honestly, I didn't cry at all, which I was very, very surprised about. I'm going to use Venus, which is in my Panda's eyeshadows. The whole point of me doing this video today is I was like, I need to hit pan on Venus today, because otherwise I'm in the doggy do. I'm trying to film my Panda's eyeshadows update after this, so hopefully I can hit pan on it today. And I'm just going to pop it all over the lid. I've really fallen in love with this shade. Anyway, I keep changing the subject. I need to get on with it. So I didn't cry once, which I was very, very surprised about. I thought I'd cry about my ex. I thought I'd cry about the trauma of drama school. I thought I'd cry so much. But honestly, as soon as I was out of that situation, I just seemed to just be fine. Which is crazy because it was a lot of built up stuff. It was a lot of built up emotion for a lot of time, but I was crying so much in the situation. As soon as I got out of it, I was fine. I was absolutely fine. I was drained for weeks. And when I say weeks, I was just so tired. I did not move. I did not get out of bed because I was used to like sometimes 6-hour dance days at drama school, and I just did not want to do that. I did not want to do that. So yeah, a year ago today started my new life away from drama school, away from toxic people. I made a promise to myself that I would put myself first. I made that conscious effort and conscious promise to not live for anyone else anymore, because I think that was a massive issue in my past relationship. I knew that I didn't want the things that he wanted, but because I was too in love with him, I did it anyway, and I lived for other people, and I just promised myself no more. I can't do that. I have to live for me. It's my life at the end of the day. If I don't live for me, no one else is going to live for me. And if you need to hear that right now, please take that in mind. It's your life. You need to do what's best for you. Obviously, if you think what's best for you is like driving into a bunch of children outside a primary school, maybe don't do that. I'm not being liable for that, but you know what I mean. If you're in a bad situation and your gut is telling you this is a bad situation, your gut is never wrong. And that is something that I've learned as well. Your gut instinct is crazy. It knows exactly what the tea is, and you need to listen to it. What was really strange is my relationship. I loved him way too much, and I felt guilty for not being really upset, because honestly, I think I just switched off. As soon as he told me what he'd done, I just felt like I just went boop off, and I felt no emotion for him after that, really. I tried for a few days, but I just felt no emotion for him at all, and I felt really guilty about that. I spent a lot of time trying to get over the guilt aspect of that, though I was not the one that did anything wrong. As I said, I've been through a lot of therapy for that, just like guilt therapy. I also felt very, very guilty for getting a first-class honours degree when I did not care at all in my third year of uni. I took the absolute piss, and I somehow got a first-class honours degree. I know a lot of people who worked a lot harder than me did not get an honours degree, and I felt really, really guilty for that for a very, very long time. It was something that I felt like I didn't deserve, because I just didn't feel like I did well at all in my third year, because I was so just like, I don't care. I'm here, I'm doing the bare minimum. I'll try, I guess, but whatever. I really think that my second year held me up for that, because here in the UK, I don't know if it's the same for every uni, but you're graded on your second and third year for your end of year mark. I really tried in second year, so I just think that that was the one that held me up. I think if I was just graded on my third year stuff, I'd have got like a third. But I think the hardest part was just not having someone to talk to about it. I did have some friends at uni that were really good, but the wider class really didn't like me. And I kind of understand why. You know, when you're the like depressed one in the group, it is hard to be kind to that person sometimes, especially in a high stress situation. But I think I would have found it a lot easier with everything going on with my ex, if I just had a group of supportive people. I don't know, it just made it really, really difficult. Like, I've only messaged one person since leaving drama school, and like, that's it. I don't keep in contact with anyone from drama school. I remember an issue on like one of the very last days. I ran out crying, and someone was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, you know, I was like, well, I can't tell you about my trauma. So it was very, very like, it was very stressful. And I think it is because, I mean, it was the last week of a show that we all hated. So everyone's going to be pretty antsy, I guess. I'm not, you know, I understand, I get it. But just from my point of view, it was really, really awful. So let's talk about dating. I am with now the most amazing man. I know it's so corny and cheesy and stuff, but I'm with the most amazing man I've ever met in my life, and he has really taught me how to be loved. I think I've needed to learn how to be loved because before I was living for someone else. I was living this life that I didn't want and pretending that I wanted it for someone else. And I know a lot of people will say, well, that's your fault because you said that you wanted this life. And I understand that. I wasn't 100% honest with what I wanted in that relationship. And that's because I was so scared of him doing what he did. Which in hindsight, should have just been honest because it would have cut a lot of time. I was with him for 2 years. So it was a lot to lose. But in hindsight, just say, hey, I don't want this like casual on-off relationship after being committed to you for like a year. Because that was the thing, that was the deal. He was like, we were together, but we weren't, but we were, but we weren't. So that was his excuse. It was like, well, we weren't even together, even though I text you and called you every day saying that I loved you, you know? If you're in a situationship, please get out of it. Like, please, honestly. Oh my God. Especially after being committed with him, like properly boyfriend and girlfriend for a year, and then going into the situationship that was like all over the place. It was rough. Oh, then he gave me an STI. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. So I met Ben very quickly after I moved back, which I also felt guilty about. That was a big part of my therapy as well. I felt so guilty because I'd spent 2 years with this guy and I had literally moved on. It was mine and Ben's 9 months last week. So within like 3 months, I'd met Ben. I just felt awful about that. And I was like, I should feel worse about me and my ex breaking up. I should feel absolutely awful. I should feel heartbroken. I should feel this, that, and the other. I just didn't. I just didn't. And if that makes you think that I'm a horrible person and that I never cared and that I never loved him, because that's what he thinks, that's fine. You can talk to him about it. You can talk to him about my absolutely awful, horrible ways. But I think sometimes, and my therapist told me this, sometimes when you have like really shocking news, it's not unusual to just switch off from a relationship. It's not unusual to just, your brain just switches off. It's a defense mechanism. And I'm so glad that happened, because if I cried anything over that little boy, I'd be like, girl, pull yourself together. But I'm really glad. I'm so glad that I met Ben when I did. I really didn't want to get in a relationship with Ben at first, as awful as that sounds, and it wasn't anything to do with him. It was just because I felt guilty. At the time, I had the STI thing, what's it called? Diagnosis, that's the one. I had the STI diagnosis from my ex because he went around screwing half of Europe. I messaged him about it and he was like, well, it wasn't me because I used protection. It's you or Mr. Invisible. But then he then got tested and then he was like, oh yeah, whoops, it was me, sorry. So another lie. Let's count them, shall we? But at the time that I met Ben, I had just finished my treatment for that. And I'm being very open with you guys here. I did not think I would be speaking to you guys about chlamydia. Well, here we go. I just finished my treatment, but at the time, it was something like you couldn't be tested twice in 1 month or something. I don't know if that's still a thing. So I did my treatment and I had to wait a month to get tested again to make sure that it had worked. And within that month, me and Ben had arranged to go to the Lake District, just us. So I was like, right, I'm going to have to tell him. This is when I knew that Ben was the one for me. I basically sat him down and I was like, look, I have not been single for long. I found out about a month after my breakup that I had this. I've taken the treatment, but I don't want to be intimate with you because I might still have it. There's like a very, very small chance that the antibiotics didn't work and I might still have it. I don't want to give it to you. And he was just like, oh, that's fine. Like, excuse me? What? He was just like, yeah, that's fine. Like, thank you for telling me. And like, I'll be with you. I'll support you through this. If there's anything that you need, let me know. Girl, be mean to me, please. It was just crazy. I was just like, Jumper? Huh? This guy's nice. But it did come back negative, so we're fine now. I mean, that was like 9 months ago, so. When I met Ben first, for the very first time, I had to make a decision. Because with Ben, it was one of those relationships where it wasn't like love at first sight. I feel like with my ex, it was like, it wasn't love at first sight, it was lust at first sight. And with Ben, I didn't feel attracted to him for quite a while. But I needed to make the decision, am I going to not continue this like dating thing with him, even though I know he's a genuinely amazing person? Am I just gonna heal from this past relationship because I did not feel ready to be in a relationship at all? But then a part of me knew that I was not gonna find another guy like him ever. Ever. He was I'm talking in past tense, he still is, he's not like died or anything. He is the most incredible person I've ever met in my whole life. And I had to make that decision. Am I going to let him go? Or am I going to buckle up and get the help that I need and make this work? So, of course, I decided to buckle up because I'm still with him now. It took a while. It did. I wouldn't recommend jumping from relationship to relationship. I had to be extremely, like, vigilant. I was very, very conscious of myself and my actions. I didn't want to hurt him at all. I don't know, looking back, maybe I shouldn't have got in a relationship that quickly, but I did not want to let this amazing man go. So I did what I had to do. I got therapy. I really reflected on everything. I mourned what I had to mourn. And I started the most incredible life with the most incredible man. Like, I know, pass the sick bucket, but sorry, girlies. My boyfriend is the best boyfriend, and I will fight you. I've had so many trauma responses, and he has managed to, like, break down my walls. He has managed to just be there. He understands me. We've had a few little instances about, like, my past trauma. There is a lot of past trauma that I have that does kind of affect the relationship, not in like massive ways, but at first I had really bad trust issues, as you can probably imagine. I also had issues regarding intimacy and things like that. Wow, I'm being really open with you guys right now. But that is still something that we're working on. I'm great with like PDA or like affection in general, but that like greater level of intimacy I'm really scared of, because in my past relationships, it's always been like, I felt like I had to keep them. Otherwise, they would go and find other people, which was true, clearly, for my ex, because as soon as I wasn't there in person, he was off, baby. I'm glad that I can laugh about it now. I'm really glad, because honestly, it's such a weight off my chest. I did do a video on Valentine's Day, and on Valentine's Day was the day that I found out what my ex was doing while he was away, which is a great day to find out. And I think I'd been brewing this, like, we're done since Valentine's Day. And it only took me until this time last year to put that into effect. But I think that's another reason why the breakup really didn't affect me very much when it actually happened. I've been brewing. I've been seething since Valentine's Day, and in my subconscious, it had all been just, like, swirling around, you know, and as soon as it all came out, I was like, I knew it, goodbye. But I'm working on myself. I'm still working on myself. I'm constantly working on myself. I feel like I'm never done, you know, I'm never done working on myself, because how can you be? There's always things to improve. There's always things to look back on. Like, I admit to some mistakes that I made in the past, and I just feel like finally, right now, 1 year later, I know this has been a big rambly mess of a video, but 1 year later, I am who I'm meant to be. I feel like I am Caitlin Costello now. I feel like before I was this, like, pretender. I was this, like, weird person in the closet, not in the closet, because I'm not gay, but, like, you know how I mean, like, I was just, like, tucked away. I didn't say anything out of line. I was so scared of confrontation. Let me tell you, I was terrified. of saying no to anything. I just couldn't handle it. And now I'm girl, if something annoys me, you'll know it. No, I'm not that bad. I just feel like I'm who I'm meant to be. That's all I can say. That's all I can describe it as. I feel like before I was just this, like, I don't know, baby version of me that had to be protected and had to be, like, stored away and you know, but now I'm me. I'm who I am. I'm so confident in who I am. I'm so comfortable with my life. I know where I'm going. I've got an office job. I'm growing on YouTube. I go to the gym. I have an amazing friend group around me. I didn't have friends back then. Like, I had one or two at drama school, but as I said, I've not spoken to anyone in drama school for months. So, you know, the friendship there, I know that if I reached out to people at drama school, they'd be more than welcoming, a few of them anyway, but the genuine, like, full friends that I have now, oh my, I'm so beyond grateful to them, and I literally love them with all my heart. I've not had a friend group like this ever. Really, I've been bullied everywhere that I've gone. Maybe it's a me thing, who knows? The common denominator is me, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but now I'm not being bullied, which is great. It's a really good feeling. All the way through education, it's just been a struggle, and I feel like real life is now starting. Like, real life starts when you leave uni or you leave college and you start properly working. That is when real life hits. And I feel like I've been waiting for real life to start for decades. I feel like I've been waiting to be surrounded by adults and not backstabby, cheating little people. Like, I was gonna say in the nicest way, but I mean, do you cheat on partners? Do you play games when you're an adult? No. So, here you go. I used to really worry about people watching these videos and finding these videos, but honestly now it's like, if you take offense to something that I say, then it's obviously you, because I don't mention any names, I don't mention specifics apart from obviously my ex. So if you take offense to something that I say, it's clearly like, it's obviously you, you know? I'm obviously talking about you, because I could be talking about anyone. So if you message me and you're like, I didn't like what you said, well, you clearly know it's you. I'm still in awe at how great I am right now. And I've got over the guilt. I've got over everything like that. I just feel amazing. I feel amazing. I'm so happy. And this is what I feel like I've been waiting for years. I feel like I've been waiting to feel this way for years, and I've been chasing happiness in the wrong places. Happiness is so simple. Happiness is not all of these, like, super crazy things. It's just having a friend group, being physically active, having an amazing partner. It's not like traveling and spending hundreds of pounds on clothes. It's not that. It's just peace, I think. I've always wanted to be at peace. I've always wanted to be secure and stable. And I finally feel like I am. And it is, I can't even describe it. It's just incredible. I'm going to add some of Venus on my lower lash line as well, just to try and get even more use out of this. I've really liked this look for work. Like, my work are amazing as well. They are so, like, chilled out with makeup and stuff. I could come in like my 7 cut creases, like bright blue, and they'd just be like, oh, that's cute, you know? But I do try and keep it, like, somewhat neutral. Like, this is one of the looks that I do. It obviously uses my Pan That palette, and it uses a Pan Those eyeshadow shade, and I think it looks cute. I'm going to add a tiny bit of Venus as a blush. Can you tell I'm desperate to hit pan in this today? Because I kind of need to film my Pan Those Eyeshadows update today. So I'm going all out on this. I hope this has helped some people. I hope my experiences have helped some people. Or even just this video, I hope that maybe someone's watched it and gone, oh, I relate to that, and I have taken this advice and I I understand where someone's coming from, things like that. I know life is so difficult to try and navigate. I know. Trust me, honey. I know. But if you'd have asked me a little over a year ago what my perfect life... Ow, I just hit my knee. But if you'd asked me a year ago what my perfect life would be, it would be, like, traveling with my ex, doing theatre, and now all of that is, like, incorrect, false, no. I want to continue my YouTube. I want to be in this relationship that I'm in right now, and I cannot even begin to explain to you how grateful and amazing I am. No. How grateful and lucky I am to have an amazing person to support me. It's something that I've wanted for so long. And it is kind of like ironic that I was so desperate to cling on to my ex because I thought he would bring me happiness. But as soon as I let go, I've then found happiness. And I just think that's so poetic. It's so... like, it's something you'd read in a book. And I know a lot of you guys have also said that since I moved out and since I met Ben, I have been, like, so happy. And for you guys to see that in my videos it actually means more than I could possibly say, because I have always thought that I came on camera, even when I was in the pits, I always thought that I came on camera and I was happy, I was smiley, and I was... you know, I tried to leave everything that was going on outside of my filming room. But for you guys to message me, I have about like 20 messages from people saying, girl, you look so happy in this new relationship. You're like glowing, you're thriving. And for you guys to notice that and for you guys to tell me that, it actually does mean the whole entire world to me. I'm like overwhelmed by your kindness and by your you stuck by me. And I didn't even know that I was depressed with my ex. I obviously knew I was depressed with the whole, you know, uni thing, and when he came back and he told me what he was telling me, but before that I didn't realize that I was depressed with him. And I was so depressed with him, even when we lived together, even when we were properly boyfriend and girlfriend, officially 100%, and none of this like weird are we together, are we not, even without all that, even before all that, I know now I was miserable. I was so miserable and I didn't notice that. It's crazy. It's like, how can I not know? And you guys have just been incredible. Just your comments and your messages saying, oh my god, you're glowing, you're so happy, and I feel it. I feel it for the first time in a very, very long time. I've just messed up my brows. I'm not feeling happy about that, let me tell you. But yeah, I feel like in this past year, Caitlin Costello has been born, you know? Caitlin Costello, she's ready, baby. She is living her best life. She's wearing a dress. Who am I? Like, I can finally talk to a partner about wanting to get married, wanting to have kids. I felt too scared to talk about that with any of my exes because none of them wanted that, and I'd convinced myself that I also didn't want that. Ben is like, we're having 2 kids, we're getting married, we're getting a house, we're getting a dog, and I'm like, yes we are. And it's because I actually want it. I'm not morphing myself to want what my partner wants. And I know that was a massive thing with me. I'm not saying that that's like an issue with my partners, because I mean, if I say that I don't want to get married and I want to go traveling, like, yeah, that is on me. And I admit that. I didn't feel comfortable in myself when I was saying those things, but now I just feel comfortable in myself to be able to say, you know, if Ben turned around and was like, I want to go traveling for 3 years, I'll be like, well, I don't. I could not have said that before. And I just feel so confident in myself to be able to disagree with someone and to be able to, like, not think, oh, if I disagree with this one thing, then he's going to leave me. I mean, it also helps that Ben doesn't come home. Well, he doesn't even go on nights out. I was going to say he doesn't come home after a night out, but he doesn't go on nights out. But for the sake of the argument, he doesn't come home and tell me how many girls ask for his phone number, you know? That's a big bonus. I've noticed that's like a common thing that guys do. I've noticed a lot of women, is it Taylor Tomlinson did a skit about her boyfriend coming home and being like, I didn't cheat on you. And she's like, oh my God, babe, thank you so much for not cheating on me. Like, I feel like that's such a common thing that guys do. Guys, if you're watching this video, I don't know why you would be like 30 minutes into a get ready with me, but guys, straight guys, if you're watching this, we don't want to know. If you want to hit on Stacey from the bar, then you go for it. Go for it. Dump us and go for it. We will survive without your incredible personality and incredible boyish charm. I'm sure we will survive without you if you want to go for a one-night stand with Stacey at the bar. I can really tell that my makeup looks a bit thick. I don't know where my beauty blender's gone. Which is an issue because I do kind of need that. But I am going out shopping tomorrow. So, I mean, I'm sure I can manage to pick up a beauty blender. I'm sure I can do that. But yeah, it is crazy to see what difference a year makes. It's been 365 days. 366 days when you're seeing this, but I'm so genuinely happy. And I did not think I would be saying that. I thought it would take so long. Like, when I left Liverpool, I was like, right, I'm not dating. I'm not, like, seriously seeing anyone. I'm just going to be healing. And bish bash bosh, here I am in a great relationship with a great job, with a great body. Let me say that. My body dysmorphia has been so good. So good. My body dysmorphia has been great. So yeah, I've got a great body. I'm going to say it. I've got a great support system. I've got a great job. I've got a great dog. My dog's still alive and kicking. He's still going. And I'm living my dream life. And I can drink coffee now. Life is good. Life is good. Even if I said to myself a year ago, in 1 year, you will not even think about all this. You will be so happy. You will be talking about kids with the most incredible man you've ever met. You will be looking at houses. You will be supporting him through his master's degree, and you will be supporting him through just some amazing things that aren't stupid, boyish, childish things. You'll be sat there in bed and he'll be poking your leg saying, this is this bone, this is that bone, this is that bone, this is that, and he'll be pulling your arm up and down because he's training to be a physio. I don't know if I said that. I should probably give you context. It's honestly like a dream life. It's honestly, I'm living a dream life and I never want to wake up. I feel like I just wake up smiling every day. I wake up smiling. I never think, oh, I hate my life. Never, ever. I thought that every day. I thought that every minute of every day a year ago. I'm so happy. It's overwhelming. It's really overwhelming to say that. It really is. And a part of me is sad about that. But I'm on absolute cloud 9 right now. I am so unbelievably excited for my future. If this is how far I've come in a year, how far am I going to come in 2 years, in 3 years, in 4 years? I'm speechless, really. The turnaround that someone can have in that short amount of time is mind-blowing. And if you are in a really difficult situation and you feel like, oh my God, I can never get out of this, I've been there. My heart is so with you. My DMs are always open. I know it's kind of like a parasocial relationship thing, but if you are struggling, and you don't know who to reach out to, if you send me a DM, I will try and get back to you. I do have a lot of message requests, but if you just need someone who is not biased to any situation, just reach out. Or there are so many support links. I will leave some support links down below if you are struggling with depression. If you're struggling with things a bit more serious than depression. I know depression is very serious, but there is that one step up. You know what I'm saying? The YouTube algorithm will not like me if I say it out loud. But even if you're just struggling with anxiety, family problems, anything, just reach out to someone. I'm sure someone who you trust and who you love will be reciprocal to that. I'm sure that there is someone who you can reach out to, whether it's a family member, a friend, an anonymous source. Please look after yourself. And who knows, in a year, you could be as happy as I am right now. I really hope so. I wish this happiness on everyone. I'm beaming. From ear to ear, I'm beaming. Right, I'm gonna go because this video has been so long and I feel like I've just been like rubbing in my amazing life for the past like hour. But things change. Please keep that in mind. Things change. Things get better. I wish you absolute happiness in every single thing you do. I am so grateful for all of you guys. I wouldn't know where I'd be without you. For a long time, you were the rock and the glue that was binding me together. And I'm just so happy that I can share my amazing life with you guys now. But this is it. I'm gonna go now. I hope you did enjoy this video. I hope it either sparked some inspiration or something. I hope it did something for you today. If you did enjoy it, like and subscribe. Also, what do you think about these more long form videos? Pardon me, I just burped. Oh my goodness. Let's try that again. I've been doing some more long form videos. Do you like them? Should I continue doing these long form get ready with me's? Do you prefer the shorter get ready with me's? Have it off. Let me know down below. And with that being said, I am gonna love you and leave you. Have an incredible day and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye.